Hello and welcome back to the Uncommon Energy podcast. A few weeks off, but we're here in the new year. Excited to talk about some Pokemon TCG action. On this week's episode, we are going to talk about our 2026 Pokemon TCG competitive wish list, and also we'll recap our wish list that we did this time last year, see how many things came true and how many things did not. We will take a look at some of the new cards that have been revealed over the last couple of weeks. There's some pretty good ones and some other kind of interesting ones that we'll definitely talk about. We will, of course, have Guess That Flavor Text, everyone's favorite segments of the podcast, a new year, but don't worry, it's not going anywhere. And then we're going to wrap up this week by doing good old City League Watch, where we're going to go take a look at the results from some of the recent City Leagues from the past couple of weeks and see how the brand new expansion is performing over in Japan ahead of the release coming up at the end of the month, right? For Ascended Heroes here in the States. My name is Chip Ritchie, joined here as always by my friend and co-host, Azul GG. What's up, Azul? How we doing, buddy? How was your Christmas? How's your last couple weeks been?
It's been good. Yeah, I was away for it was a little bit over a week, actually, I think, for Christmas, and then I've been back. Oh, it's like a week now, dude. I just like lose track. Yeah, I've been back for like a week now. I think, yeah, a little over a week.
When you
So it's
don't have
been
a real job, time doesn't like really pass in the same way, you know?
yeah, it's all just kind of like a continuous time blur. Um,
I saw
yeah,
this
been,
meme right before the break because like what the it was like this meme about like what Friday the 19th is gonna feel like because it's like the last Friday before basically everyone would have off for the rest of the year. And someone quote retweeted and was like, I don't understand this meme. And then they like replied, the top reply of them was like, why is everyone calling me unemployed in the comments? And it's because they didn't get it because they were, they didn't have a job. And that's like just what the feeling of elation people had on Friday, December 19th this year.
yeah. Um, I lost my train of thought now.
Yeah,
Yep,
sorry. That was
I've been
not a very
streaming.
good
Yeah,
tangent on my part either, so
I've just been streaming, making YouTube videos, kind of the same old stuff the last week or so, or over a week now. Um, yeah, I did have a little bit of a break in there, which was nice. It was nice to have a little bit of a break. And yeah, I mean, we're getting back into it. There's no major tournament this weekend. We're still a couple weeks removed from that. I will be competing in Toronto, not this weekend, but the next weekend.
allegedly.
Allegedly. So that's my first event of the season. But it has been a little bit stale for a little while. So I'm excited for even if there's like not a new set, just major tournaments coming back. I'm excited for. The break was if I had like taken a longer break during the break, and maybe that's what I should have done to be honest. I maybe should have taken like 2 weeks, 3 weeks off because it's just like same format. That's what I was like thinking about. I was like maybe I should have taken a longer break. One thing I did want to do during this break that I didn't get around to doing was to do like another show match type thing. It's like the perfect time to do those kind of things. But yeah, maybe I'll take a longer break during these times where it's kinda just, like, a little bit dead, uh, not a whole ton going on as far as tournaments or new cards. Neither of those things happening for the last month or month or so. We're finally getting back to tournaments once again, so I'm excited for that, for sure. But what about you, Chip? How was your holiday break?
It was good. Yeah, had it was overall good. Uh I did end up getting sick with the flu on Christmas Day, so that was not fun.
Nice.
Was kind of out of commission for like 2 or 3 days. And then everyone in my house got sick. So we were the couple days after Christmas were not super fun in this house, to be honest. Even the baby was sick too. Like it was not fun. But he was honestly the one who was least affected, I feel like, from any of us. But yeah, me, Brooke, and Samuel, we all had fevers and it was not super fun. But on the mend, on the up and up. I will say, I don't think you talking about like taking a break. I hadn't really thought about this until you literally just said that, but I think from the time we stopped recording last podcast episode to like right now, I have thought so little about Pokemon cards, like standard format at least. Like
Yeah.
I did spend some time over the break doing some old deck building, which was fun. So I did do some of that, but I like thinking about like standard, the current format and stuff. That's like I'm definitely 2 3 weeks removed from any thought dedicated to those things. That's actually kind of nice to just kind of have that mental break. But yeah, very excited for Toronto coming up, first one of the year. I still don't know who decided to book Toronto regionals in January. It's a poor call if you ask me, but we're heading up there regardless. So
I feel like
yeah,
part of
looking
that
forward to it.
is part of that ever just like the price thing? It's probably cheaper,
I feel like it's
right?
probably part of it.
Yeah, it's gotta be cheaper to book the venues in Toronto. I don't think I've actually ever been to the venue where it's at, to be honest.
You didn't
Um,
go last year to Toronto?
no, it's in a different location now, right? It's not at
Yeah, the
the
one that it's different. It was different last year than the one it was at 2 years ago.
okay, yeah, and I think it's been at the where was that 2 years ago? It's been there for a long time
Yeah,
now, I wanna say. So, yeah, I don't think I've actually ever been to this venue for Toronto, but, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be cold for sure. I don't know if
it's
that's
more
the
downtown than the other
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's definitely gonna be a chilly one, I have to imagine. Um, and then also I will say, kind of the opposite of chilly. I did for Christmas, my dad and I, as a gift to one another, went to the Panthers Tampa Bay Buccaneers regular season finale game because it was basically like a playoff game. The Panthers did unfortunately lose, but because the Buccaneers had lost their previous week, and because the Falcons beat the Rams, there was a chance that if the Falcons won their last game, that the Panthers actually still would end up getting in the case of a three-way tie. We would lose. It was a really weird situation. We lost the two-way tie with Tampa Bay, but we won a three-way tie with Atlanta thrown into the mix. And it's exactly what happened. And the Panthers are going to the playoffs this weekend,
Ooh,
which is
okay.
exciting.
I actually didn't know that or not. I know they lost that game,
Mhm.
but I thought you were about to be I didn't know that they actually made it. As you were, like, going through your rant there, I was like, "Oh, they definitely lost." Like, the way you're talking about this or they definitely did not make it to the playoffs. Like, they definitely did not make it. But wait, is this they haven't made it to the playoffs recently, right? Like, this is a big
First
deal?
time since 2017.
Okay, okay, so not that long ago, but definitely had a
That's a
short
pretty long
break.
time. It's like it was like the second longest drought in the league or third
Oh,
longest drought
really?
in the league.
I
Yeah.
guess whenever I think about stuff like that, I always, like, think about like, I always kinda, like, compare it to baseball, and baseball's been around for so much longer. So, like, some teams have had, like, some ridiculous droughts of, like, not doing anything for such long times.
Yeah, I think that a lower percentage of teams, like there's 32 NFL teams and 14 of them make the playoffs. So that's
Yeah.
like a pretty high percentage of the league gets in, like just under 50%, right?
Yeah, so I guess that is kind of impressive to been to be out for that long. It is a little
Yeah.
bit worse
And
than it
especially because our
sounds.
division is one of the worst year after year after year.
Yeah, you'd
We
think
are
at
the only
some
team in the
point.
playoffs with a losing record. So there's that as well.
Yeah. Before we end the how does the drafting work in football compared to something like
There's no, like,
basketball?
lottery or anything like there is in basketball. Like, it's the worst team gets the first overall pick,
Oh, okay, okay. Alright.
and then
Yeah,
the Super Bowl champion gets the 32nd pick.
yeah. That makes sense, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
So, yes, I'm excited for some playoff football, starting this weekend. I will probably be glued to my couch from Saturday at 4:30 when the Panthers game kicks off until Sunday night, and then, live my life on Monday and then go watch the Monday night football game as well. So, very excited for that.
Yeah, yeah. Be exciting for sure.
Is it?
Um, well, for you, I mean, I'll be watching most of the games probably myself, but
Yeah, you
I'm a
think
little bit
so?
less yeah, yeah, but I'm way less, I don't really care, to be honest, who wins. I
The
did
Patriots
root
are in, dude. The Patriots
That
are
is true,
in.
they did make it in, and of course, yeah, for anyone who's unaware, I did grow up in Massachusetts. That is a little bit exciting. I had been following that a little bit. I've been seeing that, but they're not good, right? They're like, but
They're
they're
very good. They're the 2nd seed in the AFC.
oh, really? I didn't know they were that good. I thought they were like fine now, like they were expected for playoffs, but they weren't like.
No, they're the 2nd seed in the AFC.
Oh,
They're
okay.
probably like they're probably one of the top 4 favorites to win, I would say. I would guess. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, I'm so disconnected from sports during the regular season. Like I didn't like. All I knew is that they were better this year than they had been in a long time. But
Yeah, their quarterback, Drake May is like the 2nd in the MVP running right now.
oh, sheesh. All right, maybe we'll do it again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Patriots are the 5th team in like the betting odds to They have the 5th best odds.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be rooting for the Patriots this year then. That's what I'm pulling for.
There you go. All right. Well, let's go ahead and yeah, just get into it here. Back to the Pokemon TCG action. Your regularly scheduled sports podcast has ended.
Concluded.
And yeah, we're gonna kick off here talking about our wishes and hopes for the competitive Pokemon TCG this coming year in 2026. Now, we did do this same thing last year in January of 2025. So let's start, Azul, by recapping what was on our 2025 Pokemon TCG wish list, what things came true, and what things are going to be added to our wish list again this year. So the first thing that was on our list, I don't know, I didn't know if you wanted to, like, hop in
No,
there or
I was
what,
just
but,
gonna let you. I was gonna let you go with the first one. Go ahead.
the first thing on our list, which I don't really remember the context of this, but I'm assuming not everything had been announced. Our first thing on our list was for all the regionals to be announced.
Yeah.
So I
So
guess in January of last year, not all the regionals for that season had been announced yet, which is kinda crazy.
yeah, I guess not. And honestly, we did it like this year around. It wasn't that much better. I think the final ones were announced in December.
Yeah. Didn't
But
yeah, I think Indy, like, just got announced, right?
yeah, a couple weeks ago. So I think they all got announced before the new year. I actually went back and like I'm looking at them right now. So I think all major tournaments, all TPCI major tournaments have been fully announced. Maybe there's one Latin American event missing, but I'm pretty sure everything in Europe,
Yeah, I don't
North
know.
America, and Oceania is announced. So yeah, so pretty much on the same track as last year, to be honest. Close.
Our next thing on our wish list was for them to make it a rule that everyone who makes it to X and 2 makes top cut. To make it a
Yeah.
part of the tournament structure, if you get to X and 2, you're gonna make top cut. Now, they didn't do this, but they did change the structure in a way that X and 2, I feel like, will always make cut. They gave us more Swiss rounds, basically. Like, the
Yeah.
possibility of X2 missing cut, I feel like is never gonna happen now, right?
Because last season they gave us an extra Swiss round, right? They gave us one back, and then this season they gave us another one. So we're still one Swiss round removed from where we were 2 seasons ago. But yeah, X and two should basically never whiff top cut anymore. It's always going to be some combination of X2 1 or
X1, 2.
X1 2, or even X and 2. X and 2 could theoretically be the cutoff, I think, as well. But that would be still X2 making it. So it's not an official rule that X2 always makes cut, but it's close enough. One thing I was
Yeah,
actually going to say,
I
I
went
just
back and watched some, like, old tournament streams, and this is, like, stuff from, like, 2000, like, 14 and 15. I was watching some recently, and it was, like, winning in rounds, and people's records were, like, X3 and 2 and stuff, and they were, like, playing winning ends, and it's like, dude and at the time, it's like, "Oh, that's a good record," but now looking
yeah,
back at it now, with, like, the way we've lived the last couple of years, it's like,
not very
that's a
good.
lot of games that you did not win.
Yeah.
Like
The landscape of the tournaments has definitely changed quite a bit. Yeah, I was going through and looking at all the regions just to see what was still remaining. Like I said, I think everything is announced at this point. I could be wrong, but there's still 7 North American regionals, which that's that's a lot, including Toronto. There's 7 left. I feel like that's a lot for the point we're at in the season. But I guess we're like what a third of the way through the season, so I mean, it kind of lines up as far as that goes. But I just thought more there was like going to be less at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I was just like I just saw that number and I was like, oh, that's still a lot remaining.
yeah, still plenty. And then if you're gonna go to any of, like, the Mexican tournaments, like, that's, several more in the mix as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you going to Merida to try to defend your title? Is that a thing that's
No,
happening still?
no, I'll not be going to Merida.
Mm.
I might try and go to. I forget where the other one in Mexico is. I might try and go to that one, but it just depends how it lines up with everything else, all the other major tournaments going on.
The next thing so, that's 2 for 2, our first 2 things on our wish list, both came true. That's a good track record, and this is where things are gonna start to kinda fall off a little bit. This next one, being able to report your matches mobily, on your phone, digitally, over the net, and sort of
There
happened.
was there was an attempt
There was
for
an
sure.
attempt.
It did not work out at Las Vegas though, apparently. And hopefully that is not the end of it though. Hopefully they figure it out and get it working more seamlessly for future tournaments. But that was definitely a unfortunate conclusion to the first attempt. Was definitely unfortunate that they had to. Well, they stopped by like round 4. They switched back to paper pairings, so that sucked. But at least there was an attempt, and hopefully they're not like writing it off completely or anything like that. And they're working on making it work later in the season, if not next season. I don't know.
Next thing on our wish list, a little topical here, for there to be a public ban list,
Yeah, still hasn't
which obviously did
happened.
not happen.
Yeah, it hasn't happened, and I mean, it's been something that I feel like we've been asking for a while or wanting for a while, and I just feel like there's still no reason to not have a public ban list. Um, yeah, I mean, the one thing that we've gone back to, I feel like you usually bring up is just like, it's just gonna be out there on the internet, right? You Google someone's name, they were banned from a card game tournament whenever. But like all the other card games do it. Magic does it. Yu-Gi-Oh does it. Maybe of people of a certain age, like if you're, I don't know, 18 plus and you get banned, you'll be on the public ban list, something like that. Like even if they added like some kind of stipulation like that to who's on the ban list. But I mean, I think we should still get to the point where we have that public ban list just for transparency's sake in the game because it is effectively public. Like anyone who wants to know who's banned knows who's banned. Like it's yeah, it always spreads pretty quickly. Anyone who wants to figure it out can easily figure it out. And people just like publicly talk about it on Twitter anyways. Like when some of the recent bans that have happened in the game happened, like everyone just talked about it openly on Twitter. So it's not like it's a private thing. It's not like anyone's like trying to it's not like people are sneaking around spreading the information. It's like it's just pretty publicly talked about in the current day and age. So it feels like it just should be public.
And then the final thing on our 2025 Pokemon TCG wish list was synced set releases. And I think we feel as far away from that happening as we ever have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of feels like a continuation, right? Like I feel like we've been on the same track for the most part post COVID, I want to say.
There
There
was a
was
while where it felt like we were pretty close.
there's two, yeah, it was Obsidian Flames and the other set around the Iron Hand set, right? Was that the other one
Yeah, they
around
were
that
like
time?
within like 2 weeks of each other or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was like 2 weeks and 3 weeks next to the so it felt like it was like, "Oh my gosh, something's happening." But we haven't actually had that come back since, I don't think, of that close of a release. And I don't know, Japan has had uh what's it called for a while now? The Start Deck 100s and whatever their Ascended Heroes set was, or the other part of our Ascended Heroes set.
Mega
We're not
Dream? No.
yeah,
Yeah, Mega
for you
Dream,
guys
yeah.
yeah, Mega Dream plus and we're not getting those for another 1, 2, 3 weeks. So 3 weeks and a couple days. Because what it said, the 29th of this month is when Ascended Heroes releases. So yeah, I don't know. We're still a ways away. It's still unfortunate. And I don't know. It feels like it's probably will never happen. I don't know what it would take for it to happen at this point, to be honest, because it feels like we're never getting closer to it or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a pipe dream part of the wish list, it feels like. Well,
Yeah.
moving into 2026, we've got some new things to add to the list, but I think it's fair to say, like, if we wanted it last year, it's fair to say that it should be on our list this year, right? So digital match reporting, a public ban list, and synced set releases, all making it onto our wish list again this year. I do think that there's a pretty good chance that by this time next year, digital reporting is the norm. I think there's a pretty good chance of that. So there's like
Yeah.
uh hope there at least. The other two though, I think it seems unlikely.
Yeah, a little bit more unlikely for sure. And as far as the set release stuff goes, at least like doing better about our set releases around tournaments would be nice. Like it feels
Mhm.
like major tournaments like should happen the week before major set release, and then there should be 2 weeks of like no major tournaments, and then a major tournament happens like when the set becomes legal, which is what is lined up for NAIC specifically, and I guess EUIC this year as well. It's going to be lined up for that, right? Am I trolling? No,
I think
it'll be
that's
lined
right.
up for EUIC this year as well for Ascended Heroes. But it'd be nice for like regionals still to like not be conflicted with those dates as well, if possible. So Or I think the most egregious thing is that LAIC the last 2 years is happened the week after a new set drops. That's probably the most egregious,
Yeah.
like, lineup ever. Like, if we could at least move LAIC a week honestly, a week after, it should just be legal with the new set, or it should happen with the legality of that set.
It should just at least make it the 3 ICs for sure, right?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
honestly, Worlds as well would be cool. Like the big major tournaments, make them line up with set releases or at least not conflict with set releases. And I think like yeah, that's like our big hope would be for us to just be synced with Japan. When they get cards, we get cards. Seems like that's not going to happen, but if that's not going to happen, like please Pokemon, at least just make it work with make your set release schedule work with your tournament schedule.
Yeah, definitely. Because yeah, it is kind of like it's like so much less interesting for a major tournament to be like new set drops, major regional championships happen that weekend as well. It's just like this is just kind of silly, or it feels silly. And then like a major tournament the next weekend after that, so on and so forth. So definitely be cool to see that kind of sync up more, and even up to the point where it's like the whole circuit is kind of synced up in terms of like no major tournaments overlapping on weekends of like a Latin American regional and a North American regional, so on and so forth. Like even like syncing that all up would be potentially pretty cool in the future as well. But I don't know if we'll ever see that happen because there's a lot of major tournaments to happen throughout the season. So there's only so many weekends to work with.
All right, so let's move on to the things for our wish list this year. And the first new addition is going to be some sort of update and expansion around the Ace Trainer program. So last year, Pokemon unveiled that they were going to be having this new Ace Trainer program where if you achieve a certain threshold of championship points, you achieve Ace Trainer status, which means you will get sent this new exclusive promo card. Now, the 2025 season has come and gone, and we haven't
Yeah.
seen any news about last season's stuff yet. Now, Azul actually reminded me this when we were talking about it before the podcast, but in their initial post, they said Ace trainers can expect to have their rewards shipped by January 31st, 2026. So hopefully in the next 4 weeks or so, we're going to start to get some news about those Ace Trainer promos going out, and maybe some sort of evolution of the Ace Trainer program, achieving higher championship point thresholds, getting you other exclusive items, play mats, sleeves, whatever, backpacks, binders, like any of this type of stuff. Other exclusive promos, I think would be really cool to see.
You know, it could be really cool as well. I think I actually maybe mentioned this when I first heard about it. It's like an Ace Trainer store where you can like effectively spend your championship points that you've
Kind of like the
earned.
Professor Store.
Yeah, exactly. Like you are like, and yeah, once you've spent the championship points, you can't. I mean, that's it. They're gone. Or it could just be like a tier system, right? When you get 100 championship points, you unlock this item. You get 200, you unlock that item. Whatever. Like there could be so many different ways to do it. And I mean, this is probably the not the worst way to do it, but like the lack of follow up has just been so underwhelming. There's been, I think they even didn't they make a post at some point saying that there would be more. They would continue to expand on the program. Maybe it was in their initial statement or something like that. But I feel like at some point when the Ace Trainer program was brought up in these statements, they did say that they would like expand on it in the future. Um, but I mean, we mentioned it when they initially announced what it was. That it's just been this has been, or when they initially announced what the prize was for it, and it was super underwhelming. So much they could do with it. I mean, they haven't even shipped out last season's cards yet. Like, I don't know. It's just like such a slow process, and we're already like a third way through the next season, right?
Yep.
We're already like a third into the next season. We haven't even got our rewards for last season. There's been
It's such
no talk
a
about
it's such a slam dunk potential for Pokemon, I feel like,
yeah. They need
you
to do so
know?
little to like have it be so good, and instead they're doing
Something,
nothing. Yeah, I mean
maybe.
it's like literally just doing something. I feel like that's literally what they're doing. Very little effort would be required to like have it be yeah, like you mentioned, a slam dunk.
Our next item on our wish list is something that we might be cheating here a little bit because we might already know that it's happening, potentially. We don't know for sure what it might look like, but that is to address the prize checking issue. So for those who don't know, I mean, and I guess if you're listening to this podcast, you probably do know.
Yeah.
But the worst part about competitive Pokemon TCG at the moment is the elongated first deck search that players tend to take currently, where they spend 2 minutes sorting their deck, checking their prize cards, memorizing all six prize cards, and then start playing the game. It happens out on the tournament floor, but it feels especially terrible when you're watching the stream, watching 2 minutes of one person just sorting and looking at their cards, and then they pass to their opponent who does the exact same thing for 2 minutes on their turn. You have to sit there for 4 to 5 minutes before you get to start to actually see any Pokemon TCG gameplay. It makes it miserable to watch. And something may possibly be happening because Pokemon did tweet themselves today. Check out the summary of changes to our Play Pokemon rules and regulations for Q4 of 2025. So, shout outs to them for posting Q4 2025 regulations in Q1 of 2026. And the change mentioned here for TCG Handbook, reinstated turn tracker section, clarified end of round processes, plus one turn, and then added a new line item to the tempo of play table for deck search first of game. Now, the issue is when you go to the Pokemon website, the post they link here, it's not mentioned here in the tournament rules handbook, changes on the website. I don't believe it's here
No, it's
anywhere.
not.
And then if you actually go to the document, the tournament rules handbook, and they say they added a table for tempo of play for deck search first of game. If you search for first of game, oh, there's nothing.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the very least, we
There's not even anything under
know
tempo right now.
at the very least, we know that they are doing something. They are, and this is literally what I have been asking for personally, um, whether they let us have 10 seconds on our first search or 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. It needs to be in the rule book what we can
Mhm.
do. And this looks like they are finally taking that step. And who knows what's going to change? Because right now, for anyone who's like unaware, there is basically an unwritten rule in the Pokemon TCG that on your first search of your turn, you can take an extended amount of time to check for your prize cards. It's like not officially in the rule book, but it is official basically by tournament standards. Like if you show up to a tournament and play in a tournament, you will be allowed to take extra time to try and find your prize cards on your first search of the game. And that is legal in the tournament, despite it not being in the rule book. But that's the problem is even like at a tournament, I don't think the judges will like officially tell you how much time you're actually allotted on that first search of the turn. And because it's not in the rule book, we don't have anything to reference to hold our opponents and ourselves accountable in our tournament play outside of a judge getting involved. It seems like they are finally remedying this. But of course, even though they are doing a good thing, it looks like a blunder was involved where it was preemptively announced that they're making this change without the change actually being in the rule book. And also, I want to say that one thing that's kind of annoying about this stuff is whenever they do these rule book changes, these announcements of rule book changes, they never just take the snippet of what changed and like add it to this post on Pokemon.com. They're always like, yo, we changed this thing in the rule book, now go find it and see what the change is. Like they never just like put the changes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they list you a section, but they don't even always do that. Like you can see
Yeah.
that they added to the list of prohibited actions in the concessions and intentional draw section. Where is that? I don't know. In the rule book, good luck. They know where it is though. Just give us the reference number or just put the thing that changed under that. Like why not just give us the information? It's so silly.
Yeah, because then you also get a bunch of people who have apparently
Well, this is
never
funny,
read
yeah.
this part of the rule book, because I saw some people posting pictures of this talking about these changes. And the only thing that changed in this section was about like looking at the top card of your deck, right?
Yeah, using information outside of the current game or
Yeah.
match, including taking illegal game actions to access additional information to decide the results of the match.
This is the only piece of this that is new. There was a lot of
Yes.
people on Twitter that were talking about like, "Oh, referring to the tournament standings, this is gonna ruin stuff at cups." This line has been in the rule book for like 2 years,
Yeah.
if
This
not
is all
more.
yeah, this has all been here a really long time. It was definitely funny to see because yeah, a lot of people I mean, I don't expect them to read the rule book, but it was definitely funny to see the people being like, "Oh, now you can't look up your resistance. You can't, like, concede a match based on resistance of standings at a league cup." It's like, "No, if the TO puts up the standings like before the last round, sometimes like TOs will print out the
Yep.
standings so people can see their resistance. You can use that information to choose to concede or to tie or whatever you want to do. That is fine. What it's referring to is if the match next to you ties, that should not inform your decision to like tie or concede or whatever. But that's always been a rule. You're not supposed to decide the results of your match based on like someone else's matchup or someone else's match. Um, so yeah, everything is the same besides, and this actually came up recently. I believe it was Owen, um, cameraman versus someone on stream at Europe, and they were
Yeah,
one
yeah.
one. They were about a tie, and they were trying to figure out. They had a gentleman's agreement of like one player would concede to the other if they both agreed that one player was ahead or had the advantage, and they were flipping over the top cards of the deck and whatever that might be. And then a pretty big discussion I feel like came out on Twitter after that, where some people were like, "Well, I've been told I can't do that. I can't look at my top card, or me and my opponent can't look at our prize cards to see what we have left in our deck to then decide who wins based on remaining resources." So it's like it would definitely seem like a situation where it's like sometimes you were, sometimes you weren't allowed, but this kind of clarifies that no, you cannot do that. But so people know, and I was informed about this today, showing your opponent your hand is still something you can do. Like showing your hand apparently is not an illegal game action. So like when people show your opponent like, oh, I have boss. If you just want to concede this game one now, so we can go to game two, you can still do that. You can still show your opponent your hand, but you can't look at the top card of your deck or your opponent look at the top card of their deck and so on and so forth. Or show your opponent, like look through your deck and show your opponent, I do have a superior energy retrieval remaining, so
Yeah.
I would be able to Arvin for it next turn.
Yeah, I mean, what I feel like it has happened several times. Like I've heard of players who literally just like they hear time is called, they just keep playing.
They
They're
just
like,
keep
we're
going.
just going to keep going and see how many turns we can get before someone comes and asks us what turn we're in.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah,
I think
basically, yeah.
it comes from a place of people just wanting the game to resolve how it should resolve,
Yeah.
right? For the most part, but there's got to be some sort of like hard stop somewhere, right?
Yeah, definitely. And this is basically clarifying that, which is good. I'm glad that they did this. Also, good we're getting that hopefully soon a clarification on the first search, the first turn, first search. Sounds like that is coming eventually because they made this statement saying it was added, but it wasn't added. So hopefully that
It's just
means
so weird that it's on this graphic they tweeted out, but it's not on the post on the website,
yeah.
and they
Well, but it's
obviously didn't
also
change the rule book.
well the thing being added about concessions and stuff isn't on this post though, but it's
Yeah.
on the post on Pokemon.com. So maybe they just messed up 2 lines of text. They
Someone
copied the
sent
wrong
the wrong
thing.
graphic to the social media team or something like that, like
Yeah, I
but
guess.
this has remained posted all day, so
Yeah, they haven't taken it down. Well, I think all the other information is correct, right? So there's like, well, maybe, yeah, maybe this is like that's like the one thing they're still finalizing. So hopefully they come out with that.
me when I
Uh,
spread misinformation.
hopefully they come out with that soon. But it's good we're getting these clarifications in the rule book. It's like, hey, the players don't know how to approach these situations. It's so easy just to tell us what to do. We
Yeah.
like the players are fine with it one way or another. Like I think all the players would be fine if we could pick up our deck, show our opponent we have the resources remaining, and be like, oh, see, I have everything I need. I win the game. Now you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to look at your top deck. It's like, well, if I top deck boss next turn, I win. Let's just see if I top deck boss. You're not allowed to do stuff like that. But now we know. And if we could do it, I think we'd all be okay with it. If we can't do it, I think we're all okay with it. Same thing with I think more people have stronger opinions about the first turn, first search ruling. But at the very least, once they tell us what we can and can't do, then we can argue about whether the ruling is good or bad. But right now, there's no ruling for that. But now they're giving us this ruling. So if people are against this stuff, we know what we're up against and what we're arguing around instead of just being like, it's so much harder to make an argument about where we should go moving forward if we don't have any like baseline to work off of. So stuff in the right direction. This stuff all just feels kind of slow though, because these things have been problems. Well, this one was pretty fast actually. the clarifying, because that was like just like a recent problem. The clarifying what can you actually do after the turns have concluded to like resolve a gentleman's agreement. So this was pretty quick to be honest, but the first turn, first search stuff has been going on, been being talked about and needing clarification for a long time. And apparently we still don't have it yet.
Yeah. And then the final thing on our 2026 Pokemon TCG wish list is for there to be secondary stream matches. And I'm very hopeful that this is going to be something that comes true by this time next year. It was supposedly in place for LAIC. They had the stream scheduled,
Yep.
didn't end up happening, but the feature stations have been at the last two ICs and at the World Championships. So I feel
Were
like
they
we're
at
moving
Vegas?
that direction, right?
Were they at Vegas?
No, they were not at regionals,
Okay.
but they've been at ICs and Worlds.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it and I don't even see a reason why it couldn't happen at a regional to be honest as well. And I would assume it would maybe start with it feels like a lot of the things like first times for things start at American regionals, which I think makes sense for like the, you know, how close they are to TPCI on that end, but yeah, I wouldn't hate to see it. I mean, hopefully EUIC. At the very least, hopefully EUIC, but I wouldn't hate to see it happen at some of the North American regionals coming up beforehand. I guess it's just Toronto that's coming up.
I hope it's at all the IC plus level tournaments, ICs and Worlds at
Yeah,
least. I would love obviously for it to happen at regionals, but I'm going to be a little more realistic with what
realistic.
the timeline has indicated.
Yeah, so hopefully EUIC is the first time it happens, and then who knows, grow from there into next season maybe.
All right. Well, when you take a couple of weeks off as a Pokemon TCG podcast, there's bound to be quite a few new cards. And I actually feel like it wasn't that many new cards between our last episode and currently, but there's still a decent couple things to talk about here, Azul. So let's start it off by looking at cards from the upcoming Nihil Zero set featuring Mega Zygarde EX. It will come out on
Wait,
January
what?
23rd. So it
I
will come
didn't
out
even realize
before
that.
Ascended Heroes.
Oh, Japan's getting 3 sets before we get a set, bro. That's insane. Or 3 yeah, the Start Deck 100s, whatever, 3, like, things of new cards. I didn't
Start
realize it was
Deck
coming out so
100s, I feel
soon.
like is that doesn't really count.
They got Pokepad in the Start Deck 100s.
Yeah, but I think in general, it's just kinda like a thing
2.5.
that happened. It's not a
2.5
set.
set,
It's like yeah,
2.5.
it's not really a set. It's I don't know.
Dude.
There's the Charizards in there, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if we got like some kind of like promo stuff with like the Pokepads in it, but we don't either get anything like that either. Like that, dude,
Yeah.
I think I knew this too, but now it's like hitting again as we're getting closer. Like that's just come on, dude, come on. But that's 2 major set releases before we get one. Even then, that's like ridiculous, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely a bummer. Yeah, I wonder yeah, part of it might just be like them having to figure out that Ascended Heroes was gonna be like our special set and like timing it with like the start of the year or whatever. I
I
don't
don't
really
get why
know.
the what was our last set? When did that come out?
We got Phantasmal Flames like in end of November, right?
Sure. Yeah, why doesn't the special set come out before Christmas? I feel like it's like such a good time lineup for like product set. I mean, not that Pokemon doesn't sell, but like, if you go way back
Yeah.
like 10 years ago, Pokemon wasn't like flying off the shelves like that. Like the special set coming out before Christmas just kind of seems like it makes sense to me. I don't know. I guess like Phantasmal Flames didn't come out that I mean, it still came out pretty soon before Christmas as well. But yeah, I don't know. Dude, that's just all right. Let's get into it though. Let's take a look at these new cards that we won't be getting for 4 months.
Yep. Some interesting ones though. Maybe actually some cards that we could actually see be played because it's been a while since we've had like, new cards come out and they actually like get played.
It's true.
It's been a minute, but we've
Yeah,
got
we're about to get
Barbarical
Pokepad
here.
soon.
Yeah. But, like, dude, stuff like that and, like, Dawn, Hilda, like, cool cards, right? But, like,
More ways to find your Drakloaks, bro. You can
so true. We got Barbaracle here. This is a really strong ability on this card. Stage 1 Pokemon, ability Stone Arms. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic fighting energy card from your hand to one of your fighting Pokemon. The Binnacle also has kind of a nice attack, double draw,
Yep,
draw 2 cards for a fighting. Never bad to have something like that as an option to get out of a dead hand, right?
yeah.
And then Mega Zygarde EX, 310 HP, basic fighting type Pokemon. Gaia Wave for the first attack, 200 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. Not too bad. And then Nihil Zero. For each of your opponent's Pokemon, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 150 damage to that Pokemon. And I will just go ahead and read the core memory, the tool card that goes with the Zygarde here. The Mega Zygarde EX this card is attached to can use the attacks on this card. Geo Buster for 4 fighting. This attack does 350 damage, then discard all energy from this Pokemon.
Yeah, so there's like a couple things to talk about for sure. I guess quickly on the basic. I hope they just start doing this more with all basic evolutions for like useful cards. Like just give them a good attack. Like I like
They
I don't know,
do
like sort of
usually.
would it be bad for stuff like Dreepy and Charmander to have a good attack?
Charmander's
Like
got a good attack.
this card is Stadium,
It's okay. It does something.
I guess. I mean it's like
I
I
mean,
mean like
remember we used to play the splits of those Charmanders?
I'm
There's like
talking
the
like
30 damage.
collects and call for
Have you read
families.
Ralts?
I collect.
It's got collect.
He's got double draw though. This guy's you're milling yourself with this one right here. But
I
yeah, I
actually
just
think
like
it's fine in general. Like, do you really want to add that
I don't know,
extra
maybe I don't want it.
boosted consistency to like what is already the dominant deck?
True.
I don't
Well, okay,
think so.
maybe I don't maybe I don't want as much as I think I do. I don't I just like really like it like Toxel having Call for Family is so good. Like, but Toxtricity is not that good. But like I think it'll be the same thing for it's just I mean, this thing isn't that but the double draw here on the Binacle or whatever isn't even that good. But it's like it's just like something to do, I guess. I guess like collect is like the same thing on the rolls, right? You have collect, you got the filch on the impidimps. Um I feel like sometimes we're just left with them not having anything. But even like the first rolls ever having collect, I think would have been fine as well.
Rank
Just
the
a
power
little
of
something.
these 3 effects that evolving basics can have. Call for family type attack, drawing type attack, or status condition type attack.
Call for family is the best, and
It's
then
definitely the best.
status is probably number 2 depending on available draw supporters in the format, because if it's, like, weak if the draw supporters are weak, then, like, drawing cards is, like, that much better, but usually I would say status effect is probably number 2.
I think it depends on what the status effect is kind of, right?
It has to be, like, a sleeper paralysis, I guess, or even confusion can get in there still. That's true, it's a little bit closer, it definitely depends, you're right. Because even, like, something like a confusion can be pretty weak. Sometimes just drawing 1 card is, like dude, the amount of times you filch into a good card and then you top deck
Yep,
a good card, you're
yep.
feeling it. Filch to set up for the secret box next turn.
So I don't
Um,
think this, Mega Zygarde is super strong. It's like,
dude, the attack is the
okay.
second attack is so funny though. It's
It
like
is, yeah.
like
I'm ready for someone to have Area Zero in play and for me to flip tails on all the Noctiles that I would have KO'd and then flip heads on, like, the Pheasantipity that it, like, just does 152, you know?
Yeah, this is low. I mean, like, I don't even know. Like, this attack is just so ridiculous. It's 5 energy, and then its effect is also ridiculous. But if you can consistently get there, that's like a lot of pressure and like threat to like present to your opponent. And you are backed up by like an okay first attack to do something with. I think the biggest card here out of these that we've read for is the Barbarical for sure. Like fighting acceleration. It is from the hand, which is like the weakest form of acceleration. I feel like discard or deck is always better, right? But it can be put on the active Pokemon, which is like a pretty big difference once you've played with stuff like electric and things like that. Being able to just accelerate to your active is pretty nice.
I mean, I think, like, it being weaker or stronger from, like, the deck or discard pile, like, kinda depends on just, like, the cards that exist that you would play alongside this
Yeah,
already. Like,
I'll be on
obviously,
that.
you're gonna play Fighting Gong in whatever deck
Yep.
has this guy, right? So, like, that's 4 cards that give you instant access to, like, an energy to put into play. Um, Night Stretcher, right? A card that's going to be like a staple in the format as long as it exists, probably. But yeah, I mean, I think I see this card being very solid alongside like I don't know, a Garchomp or a Lucario, something like that.
Ooh, I didn't even think about it with Garchomp. That actually is pretty good in Garchomp. Yeah.
Because that's one of the things Garchomp is missing, you know.
Yeah.
And you can get some of those energy cards back because you got Tarragon here. Put four in any combination of fighting Pokemon and basic fighting energy from your discard pile into your hand. Not a bad card either. Obviously, it's the same thing as Tulip, which has been in the format for a while and has seen very, very sparse play. It's like a super situational card, but in the decks that it works well in, it's a very good card in those decks, right?
Yeah, and this, of course, has, like, pretty good synergy with, like, Solrock and Lunatone as well, recovering energy to then cycle back to draw more cards while getting your Pokemon options as well. So, yeah, this card just seems kinda good in, I mean, just another good card for fighting Pokemon, but Barbaracle, this it does kinda feel like I feel like we say this sometimes where it's like, okay, I feel like grass Pokemon maybe has been the most recent culprit of this. It's like, okay, we got Meganium, we got Forest of Vitality. It's like there's like a breaking point where it's like we have bug catching set. Like there's a breaking point where it's like there's enough cards for a type where like something should be good, right? But it kind of never comes around. This could
But
be the
it's
same
never better
thing.
than Dragapult.
Yeah, it's never been in Dragapult or Gardevoir, and your deck still just kind of sucks. But maybe this will be enough for fighting decks to get put on the map because I feel like it's been a while since we've had a good fighting deck. Lucario was like the one most recently that had the potential, but the Guardian matchup is just so tough. It never really happened. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
I think it could happen though. I think Lucario's time is coming for sure.
Yeah, Guardy does rotate. It's a pretty good
Yeah.
card.
We've got Naveen. Discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw cards till you have five in your hand.
Pretty weak draw
Mediocre
supporter.
supporter.
Yeah, maybe it'll be relevant in like one meta deck in its lifetime, maybe. Uh,
I mean, they're giving us other options with research rotating in theory, right?
yeah. I wonder if this does this ever like I feel like that's not true though, because like sometimes they'll print cards and they'll be like, oh, this might be a sign of I don't know if this is a sign that research is for sure gonna rotate though. They still might reprint research. Man, I really hope they reprint research. I really think they should. As long as Lily's gonna be a card. I feel like having like a counterpart to that is just kinda healthy for the game, but we'll have to wait and see. We haven't seen every card. I mean, this is the beginning of the cards we're gonna see for the rotation set. So
Lumio City. Once during each player's turn, that player may search the deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto their bench. If the player uses this effect, their turn ends. So similar to Artisan, but your turn does end. But you can get any Pokemon, not just non-rule box, but well, any basic Pokemon, not just non-rule box Pokemon.
yeah. I don't know. It's the only thing I could ever see this being good in is a deck that plays a lot of stadium or a lot of stadium search. If you like play Colress's Tenacity, like as a four of, and
Or
there's
secret
some
box is your A spec.
we're losing Arvin, so like finding secret box like this would be like a one of where you have a lot of stadium access, and it's like okay, turn one, I'm fine with losing like ending my turn because I'm not attacking anyways,
Right.
or some kind of like stall deck where ending your turn to get your Pokemon would also be okay, but that just seems like such a weak effect that I
Yeah.
don't see like it would only be in a deck that plays like a lot of stadium search. I feel like, and even then usually, like, it's really important to get stuff like Dreepies and Charmanders into play. Getting your Zygarde X into play turn one instantly isn't that big of a deal. We can do that next turn and we'll be fine. So even then, it feels like a pretty weak card overall. It feels like an insanely weak card that it makes me question why they printed this. Like, what does this go with? Like, it's just like if they don't print any other cards that like synergize with stadiums, then it kind of just it feels really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, not a super good one. And then we've got a special energy here. Rock fighting energy provides fighting energy while attached to a Pokemon, and then prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to.
Yeah, okay, so the translation I initially read of this was on Pokemon Proxies, and on Pokemon Proxies it said this card just provides fighting energy. So I was wondering if they're actually switching up how special energy worked, but apparently not. This makes sense. One of my assumptions was that it was a mistranslation, which it looks like it is because Poke Beach here. And the text is much longer than that on the card, as you can see as well. So that makes sense. That's how it's supposed to work. But yeah, cool fighting energy for fighting decks. Once again, there's got to be a tipping point for when it's just like, oh, fighting decks are too like they just have enough good cards Here's your tier 2 fighting deck now.
We're
But,
getting close.
yeah.
And maybe this is the card that'll put it over the edge, Azul. Mega Gallade EX. Scale cut 50 plus. If this Pokemon has no damage counters on it, this attack does 150 more damage. Marvelous Edge 240 for fighting and a colorless. I think one of the biggest problems with this card, I mean, its attacks are not very good. So
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest problem. But outside of that, just from like an engine standpoint, right? One of the biggest things that is good for fighting Pokemon is like fighting gong and stuff to get your basics. And that wouldn't work for this because Ralts is
Yeah.
a psychic type.
You say that, Chip, but and you're thinking about this incorrectly, though. This is actually an inclusion for Mega Gardevoir to have more options for Guardy in the future. You don't see it now, but this will be included as a tech card in Mega Gardevoir decks with Luminous Energy to one-hit KO.
True.
To
Genius, Azul.
to one-hit
Genius.
KO, I don't know, Mega Kangaskhan or something. I don't know what we're KOing with it, but that's what it's there for. You just don't see the vision yet.
I mean, maybe if dark Pokemon were still weak to fighting, I could get on board with what you're
Maybe.
saying,
Yeah.
but they're not. All right, so we got Mega Skarmory EX, basic Mega Pokemon, 260 HP. 2 metal and a colorless. Sonic Ripper. Shuffle all energy from this Pokemon into your deck. This attack does 220 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon.
Hey, it's another Fez killer right here. For metal decks, honestly, aren't metal decks like losing some of their power with rotation? Maybe they're not actually. They still have Matang.
Still have
And
Archelodon.
yeah, I guess they keep it all. I mean, this would be like it's just a way to close out games, like another way for metal decks to close out games on your opponent's Fez.
It KO's Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon.
That's true as well. It is a cornerstone.
As long as it's in the active spot.
Yep, that's true. But if it's not in the active spot, then you should be able to KO whatever else is in there with your other Pokemon. So
Yeah.
you just be Skarmory is waiting for it to come up to the active spot. It's just holding out. Does now dude, see now I'm like I don't even know everything that rotates. Does Bravery Charm rotate?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other
Oh,
questions?
nope, that was it.
All right, we got
Card.
Tyrantrum and Aurorus. This is actually the first Tyrantrum and Aurorus card and first Amora and Tyrant card that have been printed in like forever. Uh like I think like so there's only 3 Tyrantrum cards ever. And the last one was in 2018?
Man, that
This
is a
card's
that's 7 years.
and this card's worth like $8 because it's like the
Why?
last because dude, people want to
Just very
complete
little?
they got to catch them all, bro.
Yeah, I guess, sure.
There's only one Tyrantrum.
How much is this guy worth?
13
13?
bucks. You remember
I
when this guy
might
was like played?
I played.
I didn't
Sure,
say it
yeah.
was good. It was played.
Yes, I do remember. People tried to force this deck so hard.
Yeah. But yeah, Tyrantrum and Aurorus here. The biggest thing with these cards, of course, is getting them into play. They do evolve their basics, Tyrant, or their stage ones, I should say. Amora and Tyrant evolve from their respective fossils. Antique Jaw fossil, 60 HP. It's an item card, but it counts as a Pokemon. If you knock it out, you get a prize card. Intimidating Jaw. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, attacks from your opponent's active Pokemon do 30 less. And then the Sail fossil. This Pokemon can't be affected by the effects of supporter cards played from your opponent's hand. And then
Nice.
Tundra Wall for the Aurorus. While this Pokemon is in play, all of your Pokemon that have water energy attached take 50 less damage from attacks. The ability does not stack. And then Tyrantrum has Tyranna Go Nuts. Tyranna No Guts? No Guts. Tyranna No Guts. That's not what it's going to be in English. If this Pokemon has any special energy attached to it, it gets plus 150 HP.
Fun. And we are getting that special fighting energy to prevent the effects of attacks. That's 330. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's not happening, buddy. And then Wreak Havoc, 160 damage, flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. I think the main thing to talk about with these cards is you don't have to go spend $7 on this one to complete your Pokedex. You can just wait, and this one will be bulk
Sure.
price. That's the thing to talk about with these cards.
The Tyrant also has Outrage as well, I believe, right, for its attack, so that does synergize with Relicanth and how much HP the, um,
Sure.
Tyrantrum would have. But, yeah, I think we would need to see for these things to ever be good, we would need some kind of fossil support.
I think even these little
Um,
guys, yeah, dude, friggin' Amara here is worth $1.
insane.
That's stonks right there. Dig through your XY bulk, go find Amara, 43 cents a piece.
Wait, why don't they like the oh, no, that is the same one. Okay, never mind. Wait, well, why is that one less, though, actually?
This thing's 20 bucks. This one was
The heck?
played. This one was played, and it was actually, like, better. Like, this was
In
a solid card.
in what, Tank Toad or whatever?
Yeah, the,
Or
water
Toad
box deck.
Water Box, yeah. Sure, sure, sure. Why do people play this again?
It
One hit KO'd
ha
Greninja Break?
yeah, it did 170 with a Fighting Fury belt, yeah.
Okay. Frozen Charm.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I could see some hope for those cards if we ever get fossil support. But that would also bring around the water turtle as well, which we haven't seen any play from at all. Whatever it's called, I forget its name, but
Caracosta.
yeah, but the stage one.
Oh, the trash only I forget that card even
Yeah.
exists.
It might have its moments still, especially if we get some kind of fossil support at some point.
Nah, it's never happening, bro. Ancient Seaweed. Dude,
3 for each item is so good.
I did forget this card existed.
Yeah, that's a good attack. That is a good
Have you
attack right there.
played with this card at all?
No, I haven't. I
Like,
don't know who I
no
play it
dude
with.
decks,
No.
nobody's even trying to cook with this thing.
Dude, honestly, that could be a you go far with a Tortuga deck though in the dude streams.
What's the record for the farthest a dude deck has gone?
Double digits. One of them was like the Guardy Kyogre deck. And I forget what the other ones were. Guardy Kyogre
Oh,
won
that
pretty
deck
far
was
one
like
time.
yeah, yeah, I could see that deck doing
That deck was not terrible.
yeah. Alright, well, there we go, Azul. Those are the new cards that have come out over the last
I thought
couple
you
of
were saving the best dude, I thought you were
weeks.
saving the best for last on purpose. We didn't even talk about
What am I missing?
Meowth. Meowth. We
Oh,
didn't even talk
facts.
about it.
I literally just went past it. Yes, Meowth, definitely best for last type moment, and this is going to be a very solid card for sure. Meowth EX. Trump card catch. When you play this card from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may use this ability. Search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hands. Yes, it's back. Luminion or Tapu Lele or Jirachi EX or
Lapras.
Lapras or is that it? Is there any other
I think
ones?
that's it. I think those
That
are the
might be
ones.
it.
Yeah, it is back. It also has an attack similar to the Luminion. 3 colorless energy, 60 damage, return this card and all cards attached to your hand. And there's like an extra effect here on the ability. You can't use this ability if you've already used another ability with trump card in its name this turn. So that suggests potentially some other pretty powerful abilities. I don't know if it'll be on basics, but where it would like limit your potential for a card like this. I don't know what that would look like, to be honest, but maybe some kind of like squawkabilly type card from
I
card
will
draw.
say I played the Pokemon Legends ZA DLC over the break. And there is like a side mission where you encounter this trainer that has one of each of the three Meowths.
What are the three?
There's
Oh, the
Meowth,
Galarian.
Alolan Meowth, and Galarian Meowth. So maybe that we'll see a Galarian Meowth
Mm,
EX and an Alolan Meowth EX.
what would they even do in comparison?
Some, I mean, similar type, like there's a Dedenne type one or a Shaman type
Yeah.
one, and then like a, I don't know,
Imagine
a
they give us all
Lycanroc
this.
type one or
They
something.
give us all this and they don't give us Iono. That's so sick. I can't wait to just win with bosses orders every single game.
Yeah.
Please reprint Iono, please. Or just all right, bring Endbacks. Get something. We need something.
Yeah, I saw some people talking about kind of the state of like the potential of the future of the game on Twitter this week. No surprise, Jake Gearhart was involved in the conversation. Talking about just like the future of the game with like there not being any good attacking two prize Pokemon that are being printed right now. It's like all the attackers are 3 prize Pokemon, all the support are 2 prize Pokemon, and, like, what that could mean for the game moving forward.
Yeah. Well, that would be interesting. I mean, I'm just kind of scared of the lack of disruption. They still have time to come up with something, and I'd be fine with like a format off. Like the first rotation format happens, and there's like no Iona or N, and then the next set comes out and they give us it. So I'd be okay with like one format off. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But I feel like it's just like most of the best formats have N or Iona or Team Rocket's admin or something like that, right? Or the formats are so slow that the amount of actions you have to take to win a game makes up for the lack of disruption. Um, but I don't think we're headed in that direction. So we need some kind of disruption to kind of balance it out. Especially if they reprinted Boss. If they didn't reprint Boss, maybe it'd be a different story. But now that we know Boss is going to be around for 3 years, we need something to kind of match its power in terms of disruption.
All right, Azul. Well, it is time for us to move on here in the cast to Guess That Flavor Text, everyone's favorite segment of the podcast, where each week Azul or I picks a card, reads the flavor text from the card, then has the other host try to guess which Pokemon is featured on said card. It is a new year, but Guess That Flavor Text is not going anywhere. But what is going somewhere is my score, because I'm getting some points this week. It is Azul's turn to pick a card for me. He's going to read the flavor text, have me try to guess which Pokemon is featured on that card. And if I can do it, I will get 4 points. And we have 3 different lifelines that can be used. The lifelines are what set the card is from, what stage the card is, and read an attack name. For each lifeline I use, I will lose 1 potential point. The current score is 41-38. I'm hoping to just put some more points on the board, get positive here, Azul.
Chip, here is this week's flavor text. Half of all sudden blackouts are caused by blank gathering at electric power plants and gobbling up electricity.
Um, I mean, it makes me think of an electric rat of some sort right away. Gobbling is a pretty key word there. Like Pikachu's not gobbling, but like I don't know. Morpeko I could see gobbling, hangry mode Morpeko, the purple one that's like all mad and stuff. Um, but it also could be some like I feel like this like sounds like a rock and rolla like I want to say like one of those like rock Pokemon like feeds on the electricity or something like that. Let's start with what set the card is from. We'll use a lifeline here. Let's see what I can get.
Burning shadows.
Okay. So Togedemaru would be the electric rat, and I don't think it's in Burning Shadows. Pikachu is in Burning Shadows, but I don't think this is Pikachu. Let me hear the lifeline again.
Wait, the flavor text.
Yeah, sorry. The
Half of
flavor
all sudden
text.
blackouts are caused by blank gathering at electric power plants and gobbling up electricity.
Dude, is there a freaking Boldor in this set? Like, I think I can kind of picture some Gigalith from Sun and Moon. Why do I want to say it's Boldor? Boldor doesn't even have a freaking mouth, but I don't know why. For some reason, that Pokemon is sticking out to me. I mean, I think it's definitely a basic, so I don't know if I want to use that lifeline. I feel like there is like an early Sun and Moon era Gigalith that this could be. I don't think it's Pikachu. I know there's a Pikachu in Burning Shadows. I don't think there's like a Togedemaru in Burning Shadows. Um, and I also don't think you would just give me this like, and it's like one of the electric rat Pokemon. 'Cause that would be, like, pretty obvious. I feel like this is like a bait and switch type situation where you'd be like, he wouldn't even think that Boldor has a mouth, so, like, why would he ever guess Boldor? And it's just Boldor. Why do I wanna say that? I don't know why, but that feels like I'm just gonna kinda go with my instinct here. This could be so wrong, I feel like. Ugh. I'm gonna guess it, though. I'm gonna go with Boldor.
Boldor.
Yeah,
All right. The was it Final Lifelines stage? It is a basic. And then the attack name I was gonna give you was Thundershock, which I don't know if that would have
it's
helped
not
you.
Boldor.
Well, yeah, because was Boulder Stage 1, right?
Yeah.
Or
No,
no?
Boldor's a basic, but it
Oh, it is
definitely
a
does not
basic?
have Thundershock.
Oh, it is Electabuzz. Which I thought you would maybe just get because I was, like, gonna be like the reason I was not gonna do this one because I was gonna be like, there's probably at some point in one of the video games where there's a bunch of Electabuzz around a power plant, and Chip's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, in this video game, at this point, you stumble upon a power plant with a bunch of Electabuzz around it, and you have to, like, get rid of them because they're gobbling up the energy or something like that, the electricity." I almost didn't pick this one because I thought I thought there was some video game lore attached to this flavor text or the potential of.
You know what the sad thing is, Azul?
What?
There is.
No.
The K the Kanto power plant, the only place you can encounter Electabuzz in Generation 1.
Oh my
It is,
gosh.
only 5% chance to encounter it, and then in Fire Red, Leaf Green, you also encounter it at 5% chance.
They're over there gobbling up the energy.
Uh, I wasn't thinking power plants, like, I was thinking of, like, I wasn't thinking in terms of, like, I was thinking of, like, a power station, like an outdoor, like, field with the, electric conductors and stuff like that,
Hmm.
not like an indoor power plant, which I guess, like, yeah, I mean, the power plant is kind of the key wording here. I probably should have tried to latch onto a little bit. I just don't think of is Electabuzz out here gobbling? I guess he is.
He's gobbling. He's the cause of all the power outages.
Is there a Gigalith in Burning Shadows? There is an early Sun and Moon one, I feel like for sure that I can picture. It's from Sun and Moon base set, dang it. Yeah, this is the one I was picturing right here.
Is it rock fighting or rock lightning, excuse me?
No, but it is like just founding. I don't really know why I thought this, to be honest. What's it? Charged Stone Cavern, I guess, in the can you is that guy Charged Stone Cave in Pokemon Black? I feel like is that where this guy's found? Boldor is. It's like an electric cave.
Hmm. The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know, buddy.
No Electabuzz for you, Chip. No dubs.
See all these like electric rocks and stuff?
Yeah. Is that where they're by? Did
Yeah, yeah.
you ever catch one?
Yeah, probably. Well, it's not even a Boldor though. It's not even friggin' the little guy. Did I say Boldor? Oh, I think I did say Boldor. I meant Roggenrola. I
Oh, see, I
literally called
thought
it the wrong name.
so Boldar is the stage one.
Boldor is the stage one. I was
Okay,
thinking,
yeah.
oh, I would have been really annoyed then. What if it was Roggenrola and I guessed it fully thinking I was guessing, like I was picturing Roggenrola when I said
Yeah.
Boldor.
Call them bold. And you even said rock and roll earlier, I think, as well. Like you even
Oh, yeah,
said
I'm just, it's, where I'll get points again someday.
maybe. Maybe not though. It's possible that this is the only point. That's the last points
Well,
you
I
got
can
was last
promise
time.
you you're not getting any points next week. That is for sure.
All right, sounds good, Chip.
Dude,
We'll see about
look
that.
at this book that this person wrote on PKMN cards 11 months ago. What happens in someone's life that they're in 2025 commenting on a card from 2017 with all the Rock and Rolla line have the exclusive attack SmackDown. I'm not gonna read all this, but this is a good copy pasta, I'm sure. Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
do they? Is that true? What is it? What does it mean by exclusive attack?
I don't think it is exclusive to them.
Or is SmackDown an well, yeah, what does that mean?
It like, some Pokemon will have signature moves that it's like, this is, like, the move that this
But
Pokemon.
this is not one of those.
Well, maybe it is, but a bunch of other Pokemon do learn this move. Let
Mhm.
me see. And it's not designated as, like, a signature move on Bulbapedia, at least. What? Are you reading it?
No, no, I'm not reading it. They just this person's comment sent you though. SmackDown.
I hope Cool Slaw out there
Boulder
is doing well.
Boulder also has SmackDown.
Yes, and so does Gigalith.
Yo, look at that artwork of this, the go back one. I think I've never seen an artwork of a
To
card like
what?
this before. Am I missing? Go back to the Rock and Rollas. Look up Rock and Rolla.
Oh, just all the Rock and Rollers?
Yeah. One that's like that one top right. That one.
This
It's
guy?
just yeah. I mean, just like the art style. It's like
It's like
pretty
the
unique.
Scream guy.
Oh yeah, it is kind of yeah, a little bit.
Have you ever seen the Scream Pokemon cards?
Yeah, I have a couple of them.
Oh, I think they're worth like a gajillion dollars now.
They're graded too. I don't know if I have one or two of them. I don't think I
I
have any
think they're worth like a
tens.
lot now. I remember a time where they like every single regionals I saw them for like 20 bucks a piece or something like that.
Just
Dude, the
stocked
freaking
up.
Pikachu is a gajillion dollars.
How much?
Is yours graded by PSA? Are they 10s?
No, no. It's not Pikachu either. I don't think I have a Pikachu. I can go
There's
get them right now
Eevee,
and look.
Rowlet, Mimikyu, Psyduck.
Yeah, those are the ones. I have some of those. I don't know which ones though. I don't remember.
They're worth like 500 bucks each.
Oh, okay. It's not that much then. You're like a
But the Pikachu
gajillion.
is worth 3 grand
Yeah.
or like holy cow, it's so much more. And you don't have the Pikachu.
No. Well, that one came out after. That was like separate from them, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like they're like the Psyduck, the Eevee, and the Rowlet all came out at the same time or something. And I got all of those. The other ones came out later. I should get rid of
You're
them.
always dude, I can't believe I was like, "These things are $500," and you were, like, unimpressed.
Well, no, because like when people say like a gajillion dollars for like a Pokemon thing these days, I'm expecting at least like multiple thousands. Like,
There's not that many cards that are worth that much.
oh, I just expect like more than that.
I mean, all of them are worth a lot more if it's like, um, a 10 or whatever, right?
Yeah, of course, of course.
It's so hard to find Pokemon with Scream because you just get all these Scream ta and then you get this thing.
What? Scream Pikachu number? Is it? Is it? It's not real though, right? This is like
No, it's not real.
okay, okay. Just making sure.
Scream Pokemon. There was this judge. I remember at like a regionals, I was looking through the bulk boxes at vendors, as one does.
Hmm.
And judges were like, it was like right before the doors like opened up, and a guy came up to me and asked if I had found any Screamtail EX in the bulk box. And I was like, I mean, no, but I'm not looking out for that card or anything like that. But I know you love that card. There was like a time where you were like trying to find a way to make this guy work, but I don't
Does it
remember if it was the
rotate?
full art.
It doesn't rotate. It could still
Uh,
be good
it could, it won't be, but it could.
in a format where no Iono and hand disruption exists and taking the first KO is that important. We're screaming.
But I was
Calm
basically
down.
like, no, I've not seen it. Um, I don't remember if it was the full art one or just the regular EX, but he was like, I have like 892 of them. He's like just trying to get every single Screamtail EX he could.
Does that mean like they're going on? Oh, there's been like moments of people like buying out cards on like TCG Player and stuff, and like
Yeah.
people think that people are doing it for like to increase the price. But sometimes it's just one guy who just wants 1,000 Screamtail EXs. Sometimes it's nothing to do with any
Yeah,
kind
and
of
it might
market
be this right
manipulation.
here. So he told me I guess this might be the right timeline. He told me, yeah, if you go on TC because on TCG Player on the graph, you can see like how many of a card were purchased
Yeah.
within like a week's span or whatever. He was like, if you look at the graph, you can see there was a time where there were like hundreds of them purchased. And he said that was me. And you can see it on this graph right here. It's a card that like, 70 to 100 of them sell, but then this 1 week, 358 of them sold back in May of last year. So,
There we go. That's when he bought them.
pick them up.
Only 50 cents now. How many could we buy right now if we wanted to?
Are you trying to pump the Screamtail EX market?
Yeah, I'm trying to get him a return, bro. I'm trying to like help him out.
There's 598 of them. Dude, what do you think would happen to the market if someone literally I mean, they're 50 cents a piece. There's 600 of them listed. You
400.
take 4 or 500 bucks, clean them all out. There's no Screamtail EX on the market.
Yep.
Does that change the price of the card?
It
Such
shouldn't,
a
right?
common bulk card.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't. For something like this, it shouldn't.
I
But
feel like no.
theoretically, it would maybe. What was that one at the bottom there? Light played $1,000.
Yeah, who knows?
Dude, Cardboard Island is scamming somebody. Is it like a 10? Is it like a 10 graded? No, but
No,
like you
I'm
can't even
sure
list
it's
those,
not.
right?
And it also wouldn't dude, they're just look at this.
Wait, how do they have such good rating on here though? Isn't their rating like?
Yeah, they had good rating.
Are they just hoping someone slips up?
They've got good feedback.
Yeah. Very helpful and communicated well. They reached out, was like, "Hey, I didn't mean to buy this $1,000 thing," and they're like, "Sorry, you already bought it. And your purchases are final."
$1,000
$1,000.
Empoleon EX.
Yeah. What the heck? Is this market manipulation in some way? Are they somehow
Dude, this is money laundering is what this is.
think so?
No, probably not, but it could be. Oh, look,
Yeah,
see,
so look like
that's like a real price.
is it but that's actually probably too low. Is it?
I mean, that's
What's the
probably
market
like
price?
right at market or whatever.
Oh, maybe.
But all these are too. Everything in their inventory is $1,000 except for these
Yeah.
random Magic Commander decks.
Oh yeah, and the Final Fantasy. Maybe they're putting
Chocobold bundle.
is this how they are effectively putting their Pokemon stock on hold? Is that even how you would do that though?
Maybe if they've got some sort of system that allows them to like change the price of just specific
Yeah.
categories.
They just jack up all the they're like, "I don't wanna deal with Pokemon listings right now, just jack them all up, and
Have
if
you
someone
seen how
wants them back
terrible
for
the
that much,
scans of
then"
these cards are?
No. I haven't
The
seen them in real
gold
life
cards?
either, so it does feel it look like it's missing a lot of the card though.
Yeah. See, that's like a better
Yeah.
scan, but it's like I don't think that's like the digital render of it or whatever. I think that they like more scanned the real card
Yeah.
of the gold, full gold cards.
You can compare it. No, that still looks pretty bad, or like about the same.
Well, the Charizard was bad on what's it called? Yeah, see, that's like what
Oh,
the
yeah,
scan
yeah.
looks like.
That looks
The
like the
TC.
Charizard.
Hmm?
This one looks like the Charizard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the other Lucario definitely is way better.
All right, Azul. Enough talk about manipulating the Screamtail EX market. We'll keep it moving here and we'll do good old City League Watch. It's been a while. So, for those who don't know, City Leagues are a level of tournament over in Japan, similar to our League Cups. But all results from City Leagues, the top 16 decks, are posted and tracked online. And Robin tracks them over on Limitless as well. So, we're going to be looking at them over there and just take a look at what is doing well, even at just the local level in Japan and try to find all the cool new decks from Mega Dream that are succeeding so we can get excited about Ascended Heroes. Right,
Ugh.
Azul?
Yeah. Man, Dragapult, Golden Goat, and Gardevoir are just really, really good, man.
Oh, there's a Spectrier here, though. That's
There's
something.
Spectrier.
Looks
We've
like
had
it's
with that.
popping up in some decks.
Wait, do we have that card yet? I guess we don't. We don't have that
No,
card yet.
it's in Phantasm or what's it called?
Send Heroes. Japan's just had it for
Yeah.
months already. They've had it for like 3 months. I've already seen the card before in like many, um, yeah, during their last Champions League. Actually, I talked about,
Well, it was my pick for the Champions League card, but it didn't make top 16.
no, although, yeah, what's it called? Sanosuke did play it in day one, but then cut it for day two.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, I remember us talking about that now.
Yeah, so it almost had its moment. He lost faith after day one, though.
But yeah, it's Gardevoir, Dragapult, a couple Golden Goes, some Grimmsnarl. But there are a couple Mega Charizard decks, and there's some Charizards popping up with the Mega Charizard Y
Yeah.
EX, which is coming from the start deck 100s. And it's kind of exactly what we talked about with this card. It's like, sure, you can play it as a one of in the Charizard deck. So I guess you're playing a 2-2-1 Charizard splits.
Or
And
something
that's
like
what we're
that.
seeing people do.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, the most powerful card coming from the set, I'm pretty sure, is Pokepad, right? Like that just is the card to look at, but it doesn't seem like it's changed up much in terms of what is viable. Um, but we could just like take a look at like what people are playing Pokepad in, see if there's anything cool out there. Oh, well, the Slowking deck actually gets a big buff from Pokepad. That's
I
huge for
mean,
Slowking.
I mean,
Click,
sure.
click the deck. Click on the Slowking deck. Click on the
Nope.
Slowking list. Check it out.
Wow.
That for Pokepad. Looking pretty good. I don't know, Chip. You're kind of hating, but looking's coming for you.
It's all lining up for me to lose at a regionals to
Yeah.
Slowking. Like the
Slowking.
one tournament I play a year, I'm gonna
So
get turn 2 wiped by Kiram.
one thing further to complain about, and I'm pretty sure this is basically confirmed, but we're not getting Pokepad in Ascended Heroes. We're getting it in the
Oh,
rotation set.
actually?
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost someone in the comment section, if you know, let us know. But my current understanding is that we are not getting it in Ascended Heroes. But I could be wrong. We don't have the official Ascended Heroes set list, I don't think yet. So we don't know for sure, for sure. I don't think so. Um oh, wait, hold on. No, that's got none of it. I'm like looking at stuff on Poke Beach right now, but that reminded me of it. Like we're pulling up Pokepad there. I was like, I'm pretty sure we're not. That's one thing I've been seeing a lot of people discuss recently, and I mean, from what I can tell, from what I've seen, it seems like we might not be getting it, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Like that's, dude, I don't even know. It's just sad at this point. It's just sad.
That would be
Hopefully we get
so
it.
weird because all these other,
Pretty weird.
uh, what's it called cards? Start deck 100 cards are in.
Might be wrong. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot of people are questioning it, and we don't know for sure.
Was there any
Hopefully, it
good
comes out.
reason for them to have been questioning it? There's only been like 10 cards revealed from Ascended Heroes.
That's true. Maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm thinking too much into people questioning something that's not even worth questioning. I'm the one who's like causing the panic, to be honest, right now. This is like the final.
You are part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm part of the problem. But yeah, Pokepad
Oh,
definitely
and
a big inclusion for like a lot of decks.
yeah,
Oh,
like Wug Trio.
Wug Trio, there we go. Although Wug Trio has other problems. Oh,
It's
honestly,
always funny to me. I
Pokepad.
see I see every once in a while on Twitter someone like posting a picture of like in Gardevoir their Mew EX loaded up against the
Yeah.
Wug Trio, like just milling them back.
And then the Wug Trio player has less energy than the
Yeah.
the Guardy player. Yeah, that is always a good one. I actually played a Tyranitar deck recently with Dawn and Drakloak, and like that synergy was kind of sick. Honestly, just having if you play a deck like this with like heavy Pokepad, having Drakloak in there alongside is actually kind of cool. You may just have been there as your draw engine. Easy to set up. We'll see more of that after rotation. Drakloak being just like a draw engine for decks.
Oh, there was one cool deck I wanted to look at that I saw. I say cool, but it's like a kind of
Oh,
cringe deck, but it
oh
has a
no, this is
new
cool.
card in it. Frostlass Monkey Dory with
You've been hyping this one
Frostlass
up.
EX. And this actually, I mean, this looks pretty good. I don't know, man.
I also think Pokepad's a huge buff to this deck. Actually, I didn't really think about it until I saw this list. But having the Pokepads in there to like more easily find your Frostlass, but also just find literally everything is just kind of insane. You don't have to worry about TM Evo or drawing into it. Like the Pokepads go a long way in just keeping this deck consistent. So no, it is pretty sick for sure. Um, Frost EX, I'm a little bit less convinced on, but I don't hate it. And the Larry skill, what does Larry skill do again? Maybe I can be convinced once I remember what it does.
Discard your hand, search your deck for a supporter or for a Pokemon, a supporter card, and a basic energy card. Reveal them, put them in your hand.
Nah, that can't be it. There's no way. It's
You can
not terrible
secret
though.
box for the Larry skill. If you like just need to like Badoo or like get a Monkey Dory
Yeah.
established, right?
And then you get your supporter for next turn, and then you just
Yep.
continue. What if you just played 4 Larry skill and just chained the Larrys, you know?
Yeah, play the 2 cards that you get from the Larrys and then discard your non-existent hand for another Larry's. Genius.
Larry's chain.
Dude, I
Yeah,
played that
I
card
don't
in one of our Evolution Series episodes, remember?
yeah, I don't hate the Larry skill to be honest in here. It's like not because yeah, it does like especially because it just finds you a monkey dory for turn and then gets your supporter for next turn. But it
It
just kind
also
of seems
finds
weak.
you Mega Frostlass plus an energy plus a
Ooh,
supporter for the
Iono.
next turn.
Oh, I guess you wouldn't be able to. It could get you the Iono. You'd have to wait, I guess, a turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not as good, but
No. I'm telling you, man,
definitely
there's gonna be there's like this card is good. This card's pretty good.
would
It's
be pretty
gonna
neat to like do someone turn one and they have like an Ursaluna in their act. I'm like, okay, I'm safe for the next turn. They pass, and then you say, all right, cool. Frost last knockout. Frost last Iono.
exactly.
Two Frost last EX is kind of crazy though. I wonder if there's like a matchup where it's just really strong.
Well,
'Cause 2
also,
Frost
like,
last
dude,
EX is a
if you just
lot.
go turn 2, 300 damage for 1 energy, like, even if they play their hand down and, like, you're
Probably
probably
not,
still
yeah.
gonna be able to hit for, like, 150 for 1 energy the next turn, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
And, like, a deck like this, you just wanna put some damage in play, right?
Rampant on him.
I don't know.
I don't
Frostlass
ha
kinda nice.
I don't hate it, Chip. I don't hate it.
He's coming around. I'll get him on it one day, folks. There's an electric deck here. I actually saw another list that had electric and one Electros EX.
No Tross
But
in
Manectric
here.
EX is a card that I just feel um, like there's potential for it right now with Generator and Eel and stuff, but like the clock I feel like is ticking for it because it gets so much worse when Generator rotates.
Oh, does Generator it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes things tough. I mean, Eel by itself isn't as explosive. It is enough to, like, still sustain, but when then you need, like, more late game stuff, then it has to look like something like a Dragonite build. So, yeah, you are right, it is kinda coming down. I mean, I saw Jesse Parker, he's been, like, tweeting out winning League Cups with a Maridon list, but he hasn't been sharing it either. He's, like, keeping it close to the chest for Toronto, so
Sneaky, sneaky.
maybe it's happening, maybe it's coming up.
Um, Other than that, I mean, some Venusaur, the grass stuff. Getting to the tipping point where there's just enough good grass stuff. Even got the Genesect, the Regigigas, the one prize guys in here.
Yeah, it has
The
Dawn
Max
now too.
Rod.
Only one Dawn in the list. I feel like Dawn is so good in this deck. Oh, 4 Ogerpon in here though. It's like almost more an Ogerpon deck, but yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get there though, honestly, with the grass stuff. I don't know. I guess like I mean
Too many stage twos.
rotation does a lot, right? Like I just said when we started looking at these lists, Golden Go, Dragapult, Gardevoir, just so powerful, that trio. And Golden Go has been like Golden Go's moment has been like more recent, for sure. Like since Worlds, I guess. Golden Go has kind of been up there. So not as long as the other two. But we're gonna be down to just Dragapult after rotation. And Charizard also leaves as well. So another heavy hitter that we haven't seen as much relevance from recently.
Here's
Maybe
a Charizard Pidgeot list with a Mega Charizard Y and an Ignition Energy.
no big Charizard though. No Charizard X.
But you can
Snipe
you
though.
you can just snipe twice with this guy. It's kinda cool.
Yeah.
Put 2 energy
That's
on
like
it or
the
3 and then attach 1 ignition,
ultimate
boom.
ultimate mirror match text. You just snipe their Pidgeot over and over again. You just like
Your Pidgeot will never be in play.
yeah.
Just gotta get the Rabska out here, man. Let's bust the Rabska back out.
Might need to. Extra bench protection. Is there any other
Any
big I'm trying to think of, like, any other big card we could look up besides Pokepad to, like, look at specifically.
Let's see. Let's look at
Canary?
cards, Japan, start decks. Uh Sort by rarity.
Also just scroll down to the trainers.
I was gonna look at some of the Pokemon, but I don't think that there's too many cards to scroll. My browser is literally freezing. 8,000 cards in the set.
Why is there unfair stamp in this set? Oh, wait, yeah, because it's like
It's
the
a
start deck
reprint
100.
set.
Yeah, it's a reprint set. It's
Yeah,
a full reprint set.
but still no secret box reprint, I don't think. Oh, trolley?
Well, they're not real reprints, though. It's not like regulation update reprints.
No, no, no. But like secret
Yeah,
box is like a $20
yeah,
card because it's
that's
never been
true.
printed again.
Where's Canary? Just find Canary.
There's no canary.
Is that in the set? Oh, no, it's in the previous set, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in
Oh,
Mega Dream.
there's literally nothing in this set then besides Pokepad. Yeah, that
And
is,
all these reprints.
yeah, sure. Let's click on unfair sample. Let's see what unfair sample is. It really is just kind of a Pokepad. What is Pokepad doing?
Did this get
And,
reprinted in Mega Dream?
I guess?
It's the same card that exists already, right?
Did it get a
M2A.
regulation update? It got a regulation update too, right?
I didn't know that that card was in Mega Dream. Oh, Mega Dream has a bunch of reprints too. Wait, oh, so Mega Dream and I'm the start deck obviously is a gajillion reprints. That makes sense.
Yeah. I
Oh, I
don't know
want
there
to
were
see if
so many
anyone's playing
reprints in
this
this.
card. Here we go. Are you ready? Yes
Alright.
or no? Any deck lists with this
Yeah,
card?
there will be one at least.
Nope.
Oh, no?
No, no, no.
Wow.
Electros?
I know there's some for Electros, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, and the
Dragonite?
Dragonite. Hold up. Is there any winning Dragonites?
You have to
10th,
load oh, no.
16th,
Nope.
8th is the best finishing Dragonite player. This is the
No
highest finishing
Fez?
Dragonite player in all of Japan.
No Fezandipity? What are we doing, bro? We got Kangaskhan in there before Fezandipity. I guess it's tankier. It is beefier.
Oh, wait, I guess there could be some. Okay, yeah, yeah. Hang on. There might be some that don't include Electros.
True. We need to look at just Dragonite. Oh, yeah, people have
Like
been running with
this.
Flareon,
Yeah, this one got second place.
which is kinda cool.
So what's up with this?
I mean, like, basically replaces Pidgeot in here. So you have, like, you can search out your Noctowls with the
Dra-
Dragonair. And then you can just, like, yeah, you find your eels. Like, you just play a bunch of evolutions, stage 1 evolutions. You can find them all with, the Dragonair, and they have Dragonair in there for, like, explosive one hits, I guess. It's pretty cool.
And Pokepad.
And it also gives you the mobility, right? Like, it switches any Pokemon, right? It doesn't have
Yes.
to. Yeah, so it gives you that infinite mobility as well to work with, which is kinda sick. Those a pretty cool build. Pokepads are a little interesting. I feel like, why are we playing 2 Buddy Poffin in a deck that has Tynamo, Dratini, and Hoot Hoot? Well, we have Fandor, I'm sure, but, like, I feel like Buddy Poffin is, like, super high value in this deck. Let's get these Pokepads out of here. I guess that's how we find the Dragonair?
Yeah, we
Sure,
gotta
okay.
get Dragonair.
Yeah, maybe, like, 1 Pokepad. I guess, like, you could Noctowl for the Pokepad, for the Dragonair, and that finds your next piece, so on and so forth.
We gotta get an energy on the Dragonair too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the
Which
weakest part of this card is the fact that it requires an energy on it.
I don't even know if it should, to be honest. I don't would it really be that good if it didn't require an energy?
Look
I
at this
mean,
build.
it's just a Galvantula EX deck, right? Well, it's
You
Galvantula
can
Dragonite.
jolting
Actually,
charge
this
to
is kinda
Dragonite.
cool. Yeah. That's
Put the
actually
2
kinda
lightning on the
cool.
Dragonite.
What does Dragonite's attack? Discard.
3,
Okay, so
2
put
energy
the
2 energy
you
from
could put
it.
the grasses there as well, then you discard the grass and go back to back 330. Actually, it's kinda cool, this build.
Hmm. I feel like, Mega Manectric would be better though,
Sure, I could see it.
because it's like a stage 1.
So you're trying to abuse the Galvantula as well, right? So you have that in there, and then you have the mobility to switch it around with, the eel to constantly, like, recharge it, and item lock 180 turn after turn after turn. to gain
I feel
that.
like there could be a Pokemon format where, like, this Dragonite electric deck could be, like, a meta deck.
Yeah.
But there's too many other powerful cards, like powerful Pokemon in the format to ever have space for those type of decks to succeed.
You think ever or just like right now?
I mean,
Dragonite Blitzing?
until all the
I mean, Guardian
Scarlet
Golden
Violet
Go
stuff rotates, I guess.
I mean, Guardian Golden Go Rotate is just Dragapult left. Oh, Charizard as well. Charizard should be in that mix. I think it's just Dragapult left of like the dominant cards that we've had for a while.
Yeah, guess that's true. It is gonna be quite the big change up. This rotation is gonna I feel like there's the last couple years, our rotation, like,
Switch up to well, it also could just be Dragapult's
it's
gonna
like
be
more of an
30% of the
easing
metagame.
into, like, some cards rotating because, like, the more recent cards have been so good.
True.
But
So it's like
it's been a long time since we've had cards that have been so good.
yeah, like Lugia and Lawson were still good despite them both losing a lot of good cards type
Yeah.
situation. But Dragapult could also just be 30% of the meta after rotation hits. Like maybe Dragapult is just like it's like, okay, cool. Now I don't have to compete against Gardevoir. I'm just the best. Which would suck. I don't want that to happen, but it could be where
Well,
we're
at least
headed.
Clefairy will save us.
Without Gardevoir, I don't know. I think they'll be okay. We'll see.
Yeah. It'll just be some Wonder Patch box deck. There you go. Mega Gardevoir.
Maybe Gardevoir, yeah, sure, sure. Get Wonder Patch involved.
All right, Azul. Well, that's a bunch of decks from the city leagues. A little disappointing to look at, to be honest, but there are a couple of interesting things in the mix. Um, how they'll translate to our format, we will just have to see. There is going to be a Champions League. Oh, it's after EYC actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So they have another new set, the Zygarde set plus another new set for that?
No, it should just be the Zygarde set and then the Champions League, I believe.
Okay.
I don't think they
Because
have
usually their Champions Leagues are like a week after a set comes out.
yeah. No, I don't believe that's the case.
All right. Well, next week we'll talk a lot more about Toronto. Real quick, Azul, before we get to our bonus episode, you got any kind of thoughts for people going to Toronto?
Um, I mean, just I don't know, like kind of the same thing as always. Just don't overthink it. Like plenty of
Any thoughts on
um.
just where the metagame is right now? Like what you think are going to be like the biggest decks?
I think a lot of it is kind of revolving around Golden Go, like teching for Golden Go, trying to find techs for Golden Go, stuff like that. Um, yeah, teching for Golden Go, trying to find techs for Golden Go, what Golden Go is gonna play, and then it feels like people are like not thinking about Gardevoir too much, but I don't even know how much there is to think about. It's kind of the same old stuff. Like it's nothing really new. A lot of people are gonna play Pult and lose with it, and then Golden Go and Guardy are gonna be like the top two decks to worry about, probably more so than anything. Guardy's been like really underplayed on ladder in online tournaments recently, but like that should not like sway people's opinion of Gardevoir. Gardevoir's still the best overall deck in the format, I
Its
think.
meta share might actually be a little bit lower than it has been at Toronto, I feel like. There is like a chance for that, but I think like obviously the really good group of American players is going to play the deck. So like
Yeah, I don't think that's changing for sure. But yeah, Gardevoir is still gonna be pretty popular, definitely. I think it's still pretty highly respected as far as decks go.
all right, Azul. Well, I think that's going to do it for our episode this week. Before we get out of here to our weekly exclusive bonus episode, we of course got to say thanks to everyone for listening. And if you do enjoy, be sure to leave us a like, review, rating, comment, subscribe. All those things help us out a bunch. Let us know you're enjoying the podcast. Good to be back after a couple weeks break. No big breaks planned for the future, so you'll be having your regularly scheduled Uncommon Energy weekly from here on out through the rest of the season, hopefully. And yeah, we appreciate your continued support as always. And if you want to stay up to date with myself and Azul, the best place to do it is over on Twitter. You can follow myself at Chipritchie, Azul at Azul underscore GG. You can
Actually, it is
also
now. I did get the Azul GG handle, so I have
Oh,
the
let's go. How much did you have
what's
to pay the
that?
guy?
Nothing.
Well, how'd you get it? Did you kill him?
No, there was just like I don't know. There's just I saw this. There's like a new marketplace thing where you can like request your username, so I just requested it, and then they gave it to me.
And that was it.
That was it.
For free? They could have gotten so much money out of you.
No, it's not. I don't know if it's from them. It's from X. Like I've checked the profile, like I don't know, probably once, maybe twice a year. I'll go check, make sure it's still inactive, and then I've like done what I could, like for old request systems in the past to try and get the handle. But now they have like a new like X username marketplace thing, I think, and um, yeah, now I have it. I have the thing. So I just went through that process.
Dubs. Well, I
Yep.
guess I have to get this graphic changed.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get all the graphics changed now.
All right, Azul. Yeah, any other thoughts or anything before we get to the bonus episode?
No, no. Send this out. Or no,
I
we
ju
were
I
in the
already
middle of that.
have.
Yeah, I appreciate this. We appreciate the support as always, and we'll catch y'all back on our regular schedule next Wednesday, 7 a.m. Eastern.